I teach you how to talk in just a second. You be quiet. Cállate. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. It is so good to teach you about love. San Andreas, you, in your car, touch yourself. I love you all. Christy,
look where you
going?
going!
5. Wear something slinky but sophisticated and trashy. Your heart is no longer lonely. Fernando has been here. This was Lonely Hearts.
Get out of here,
gee!
creep! Oh my god. Was that British cologne you're wearing?
Yes, that is Bush Cologne. You like that? And do you like this? This is Fernando's signature move.
Fernando. That passion is amazing.
Oh, wow, that's an enchilada.
Oh.
Let me see that. I love that.
Okay, we are back in the garden. I'm Maurice, and we must answer nature's call. Going to the phone.
Shit.
Greetings, garden lover. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Trish.
Okay, is that short for Patricia?
I've really come into my own in the past few months since I joined a cult and began tithing money in exchange for spiritual happiness and letting everyone take turns on my wife. Anyway, I have a lovely garden, mostly carnivorous plants. A Venus flytrap reminds me of my mother. She's in prison now. Anyway, it's so fascinating how it catches animals and eats them. I started with flies, and now mine can swallow a whole squirrel. Or a small horse if I chop it in half first.
Have you tried any experiments on human beings?
Yeah, I've been working on that.
Good man! Good man! See, the secret of nature is once something is at the height of beauty and potential, it's time to wither and die. A bit like the British Empire. Look at that whole place withering and dying right before our eyes. It's run by a queen, and if she had a pistol, she'd be the king. Luckily, in this country, we don't know the meaning of hubris. But hell, I'm all over the place here. It's so easy to get out of control when you're doing something that comes natural. Line 2, you're on gardening with Maurice.
Yeah, my name is Terrence.
Can I call you Telly Welly?
Sure, I guess. I'm growing flowers, but sometimes I get really angry and fly off the handle, commit herbicide. I don't mean to. I say, I didn't mean it, baby, you'll be all right. Then I cry and wear a diaper for 2 days.
A flower is nothing more than an educated weed. And like all weeds, all living things need to be extinguished, like a life support machine or a cigarette, which I won't be able to smoke anymore. Fascists and state government have anything to say about it. That damn Proposition 421. Tobacco is a plant, people. And if it comes out of the ground, we should be able to smoke it, like coal and opium. Next call.
Yeah, I got a question. Why is everybody on the radio named Maurice?
I pray to the great gardener in the sky that you've been fixed. I hope they snipped your nuts off, because spreading your seed could be a disaster. Do you have a question? A question? Gods! Vegetables, tards.
Yeah, that guy was talking about bugs and plants that eat them. I got a better solution. Put pesticide in the sprinklers. My kids love it. I mean, the ones that live.
Oh, lovely. You're a fucking you morons in this town are spreading like weeds. Bastard dandelions. Pop every one of your goddamn heads off. Hello, Line 8. You're on Gardening with Maurice.
Yeah, I heard what you said about bonsai trees. You know what? You can stick that green thumb right up your ass.
Oh, yes! Another man who grows miniature
What are you
plants
doing?
so he can feel like a giant. A real man loves enormous trees that he can have his way with, chopping them down and using the wood to fashion rocking horses.
good.
Ah, look, this isn't a cartoon or TV show. Let's get real for a second. The problem with people like you who have superpowers is that you really don't use them for good. If I had superpowers, everyone would be naked. And women signing autographs at conventions couldn't resist me. All right, going to the conspiracy line.
Yeah, this is Montag.
Okay.
My name's Montag.
Yes, I got that.
Hey, have you ever left the house with a helicopter?
No, but...
That'd be really
You
cool.
comedian
I
asshole!
You used to talk more about killing people with helicopters. I prefer electric cables, tightly wound around people's throats, watching them move the face.
We have a lot of aerospace fans and plenty of murderers who like the show. Inside, I feel like it's time to close the pod bay door and take a rest. Until next time, reset your memory chip and don't believe what they tell you. This is Marvin Trill. You're leaving Area 53. Shiflam. Careful.
That was Area 53,
You out
where
your mind,
reality is an
moron?
alien concept.
They say living in Los Santos is the equivalent of smoking a pack a day. If that's the case, then I want a
You spent
choice in
too
the
long in
matter.
the sun,
So
moron.
I chose Redwood.
I used to sell my body for drug money on the streets. Now I've cleaned up and have a wife and go to church. And I owe it all to Redwood cigarettes.
Sometimes when I get really stressed out, I beat my children with
You wanna
anything I
beat
can
me,
lay
huh?
my hands on. Since I tried Redwoods, I find a way to relax 20 or 30 times a day. I know it's bad for me, but what's more important, me or my children?
Stress kills millions of people each year and causes divorces, automobile accidents, and even more. When stress is about to get you, get a Redwood. Redwood Cigarettes. Proud sponsor of the LS City Marathon. Want to be too scared to go outside? The news is next.
Leanne Forget, WCTR state-controlled news. Pravda, breaking news. Is skateboarding making your son impotent? And how to find out. Today's top stories. Why hatred is good for you. Foreigners, worse than we thought. And our top story concerns the death of recently cleared police officer Frank Tenpenny. His body was found...
James Badiston, world traveler, and this is the Wild Traveler.
You trying to
From
fuck with
Peru
me?
to San Andreas in 8 days by balloon. Often while lounging around garden parties, we could get the brave workers worldwide
fair
who
one,
toil day
asshole?
and night for the products we consume. Some are even so dedicated to our happiness they carry products and balloons shoved inside themselves to be a balloon. Floating. Mesmerizing. We go to the phones. Yes, we do.
Been getting shit-faced and going death in 110-degree heat and watching cars go in a circle for several hours. Yeehaw!
Yeah, hey, I think that's what it's all about. That and putting a lot of stickers on your car, buddy.
Yeah, that really gets on my nerves. I mean, I'm a bald man. My wife left me because of it. And half the cars are sponsored by baldness remedies.
Castrodon Team Racing.
Yeah, what in the name of my mother's cat is that all about? I mean, racing teams should be sponsored by things that are family friendly, like hard liquor or cigarettes, not the reason my wife ran off with that cop.
What? Hey, screw your wife, pal. Probably a lot of guys did. This ain't Lonely Hearts. I mean, let's stop showering each other in golden sports drink and get this ball back in play. Hello, Color.
Derek, that caller talking about the biathlon is sick, I tell you, and unnatural. This town has never been the same since they had the Olympics here 8 years ago. Kids swinging javelins like ancient Greeks, people running with burning torches, throwing hammers.
Idiot!
What kind of man wakes up in the morning and says, I'm gonna go throw hammers for a living? Ooh, the long jump. Look at me, I can jump really high. Great, I have a gun. Wanna fight?
It's distracting us from our primal urge to paint your face with war paint, whip your...
Get to a 10-step program,
That's
lad.
12 steps.
Yeah, you only deserve 10. I'm also Dr. Phillips, and I'm conservative. Today on the show, is it okay to talk to people we were at war with once?
And the skyrocketing price of buying off the
And we talk to people without health care who are genuinely happy not to be burdened with it. It's political debate and discussion from the right and the wrong side of the tracks.
Let's go to the phones before right-wing anger engulfs my wife. Who's on the line?
Hi, I have an eating disorder, so I moved to the West Coast.
Oh, that's so sad. Maybe you need a support group with some caring friends.
Yeah, maybe you should keep your finger out of your throat and eat a donut. 99% of the world wake up each day and eat dirt, and Queen Puke-a-Lot here can't keep a meal down? Boo-hoo! What do you expect, sympathy? This is Los Santos. People give their right arm and left leg to live here. It's paradise, but you have to suffer to belong. You can't take the heat. Get out of the nuclear reactor.
Next caller.
Yeah, I agree with that caller about the nuclear plant next to the project. You know, nature has a way of taking care of poor people. Tornadoes don't like poor people.
Right, like I don't do laundry. I'm liberated, independent, and I have 3 maids, all of them on less than minimum wage. I mean, poor people are so happy to work.
Mother, it's your fault it doesn't work.
I nearly went to prison, man. What you told me to do is illegal in most states.
Whatever. Look, Chris Formage is a liar and a cheat. He made it up. It doesn't help anyone apart from him. The fact is, people need to face their fears. Remember, I always say that. Face your fears. Don't run away.
Darius Fontaine can kiss my ass.
Oh, you'd like that? Would you like that?
I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Because you are the devil. People aren't really afraid, you know. Yet you make them kill their families.
Fears have to be faced. That's what I always say. Just ask Laszlo.
Hey, don't bring me into this ruckus, Darius. This is between you two wackos. I mean, and you stay away from me, Darius. I've got a restraining order, dude.
Laszlo, the only way that you can really communicate with your ancestors is to pay someone like me. Just a second. I want you to try something. Touch my cane.
This whole town, man. I think you've seen too many movies, dude.
You can be happy. Listen, join us. Be famous. Find your true self. Have a breast, nose surgery, whatever you want. Lie with 9 new partners a week. It explains everything. If there are no women, make them. From sand, from garbage, out of thin air. The rich cry too, Laszlo.
Well, that's an interesting theory that sounds like it was formulated with pharmaceuticals. But, you know, I would like to find about being rich and crying, because right now I'm just poor and crying. But this is the West Coast, you know? I'm only the lesbians, man.
It's destiny. Vinewood only lets you down. In the Epsilon program, there are no series finales. It goes on and on and on. We don't abandon you.
Well, we're gonna have to abandon this show. Great, first show and a dude nearly kills me. Now I'm being harassed by a former sociology professor and an alcoholic turned self-deifying cultist. Please, I gotta get back to the East Coast. This has been Entertaining America with Laszlo on WCTR.
Culturally, this country is flatlining. Now you know why.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you. Like sensationalist bullshit.
Sounds like you got a nasty cough.
Yeah? No shit.
Here, baby.
Thanks, man.
Try this.
Appreciate
Soothe?
that.
Yeah, Soothe annihilates cough and cold symptoms.
Wow, I'm seeing donkeys.
That's the patented cough-killing concoction of codeine, morphine, and alcohol. Your cold will be history. How's your cold now?
Who the hell are you?
I'm your wife, fool.
Soothe kills a cough fast. And for the kids' chesty cough, it's Soothe Jr., the medication that comes in a fun, animal-shaped container kids will love.
Hey, look at me. I'm binging on medication just like Dad.
Oh my God, he's barely breathing.
No, that's just the medicine doing its magic.
Thanks to Soothe, his cough is history. With Soothe, you'll forget you had a cough, your name, or where to properly go to the bathroom. Feel better fast with Soothe.
Lonely? It's about to get much worse. Lonely Hearts is next.
I'm Christy McIntyre, and this is Lonely Hearts. You know, when we get dumped or mom dies, it's really a good thing because, really, I want you to listen to me. Pull over. I said pull over. Life is not a game. Life is love. First caller.
Jazz, remember me.
I told you, leave me alone.
Idiot. Sometimes the heart is confusing, lady. So is the brain. You talk too much. If you look...
My mother. She's in prison now.
A bit like the British Empire. Look at that whole place withering and dying right before our eyes. It's run by a queen, and if she had a pistol, she'd be the king. Luckily, in this country, we don't know the meaning of the word hubris. But hell, I'm all over the place here. It's so easy to get out of control when you're doing something that comes natural. Line 2, you're on Gardening with Murray.
Yeah, my name is Terrence.
Can I call you Telly Bell?
I'm growing flowers, but sometimes I get really angry and fly off the handle to the herbicide. I don't mean to. I say, I didn't mean it, baby. You'll be all right. Then I cry and wear a diaper for 2 days.
A flower is nothing more than an educated weed. And like all weeds, all living things need to be extinguished. Like a life support machine or a cigarette, which I won't be able to smoke anymore if the fascists in the state government have anything to say about it with that damn Proposition 421. Tobacco is a plant, people. And if it comes out of the ground, we should be able
I'ma need you to apologize, bitch.
And opium. Next call.
Yeah, I got a question. Why is everybody on the radio named Maurice?
Gardener in the sky.
You trying to ruin my day, asshole?
I hope they snipped your nuts off, because spreading your seed can be a disaster. Oh, do you have a question? Guys, vegetables on the show. Tards.
Yeah, that guy was talking about bugs and plants that eat them. I got a better solution. Put pesticide in the sprinklers. My kids love it. I mean, the ones that live.
Lovely. You're lovely. Oh, man, that's so fucking going. You morons in this town are spreading like weeds. Like little bastard dandelions.
You want to beat me, huh?
Chop every one of your goddamn heads off. Hello, Line 8. You're on Gardening with Maurice.
Yeah, I heard what you said about bonsai
You a
trees.
comedian,
You know
asshole?
what? You can stick that green thumb right up your ass.
Oh, yes! Another...
Cable tightly wound around people's throats, watching them go blue in the face.
We have a lot of aerospace fans and plenty of murderers. To like the show inside, I feel like it's time to close the pod bay door and take a rest. Until next time, reset your memory chip. I don't believe what they tell you. This is Marvin Trill. You're leaving Area 53. Kiflum. Careful.
That was Area 53, where reality is an alien concept.
Opinions are free, which is why we're here. It's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food, like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Last night, I crapped in my bed and pissed in the closet. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Want to be too scared to go outside? The news is next.
Leanne Forget, WCTR State-Controlled News. Pravda, breaking news. Is skateboarding making your son impotent? And how to find out. Today's top stories. Why hatred is good for you. Foreigners, worse than we thought. And our top story concerns the death of recently cleared police officer Frank Tenpenny. His body was found in the aftermath of the recent riot set off by his acquittal. Coroners took several days to identify the body, which had been mutilated and stripped by the homeless. More on the riot of the century. How do we keep it from happening again? Richard is on the streets with rescue workers.
Shit. Leanne, I don't know if you've ever covered a riot. But the
James Badiston, world traveler, and this is the Wild Traveler. From Peru to San Andreas in 8 days by balloon. Often while lounging around garden parties, we forget the brave workers worldwide who toil day and night for the products we consume. Some are even so dedicated to our happiness they carry products in balloons shoved inside themselves to be a balloon. We go to the phones. Yes, we do.
I can't believe you actually recommended we go to Barbados on our honeymoon. It was revolting. We're poor people. I live in Vinewood to be away from poor people.
Barbados is lovely.
Look, I want to be very clear. I'm not racist. Just careful.
Okay.
I like all-inclusive resorts where you can drink as much as you want, be around other people from San Andreas, and the only interaction you have with the locals is if you need a cocktail or some spice in the bedroom with your husband.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Just about things for a second. Really honest. You came out to the West Coast to get away from something. Everyone does. Let's face it, the Midwest is full of retards. That's why we've got the fastest growing population, a massive economy, and absolutely no history or culture. You used to be a dork, but you moved here, and suddenly you're cool. San Andreas is the land where you can be who you want to be. Change your name. Come out, lie about your age, form your own religion, call yourself an actor at wait tables. It just doesn't matter out here. Everybody's at it. Until the awful moment old friends or family come to visit. Janice understands. Maybe it's time to change your identity. Don't let bad memories blow your cover. We'll teach you all the things you need to alienate your family quick. They'll never think of visiting you again. Select from a list of weird religions that involve burning things, singing children's songs backwards, and loads of television worship. We'll select a member of another race with life form for you to claim as your soulmate. And your dietary habits will go Pacific too. People come to San Andreas to escape their past. We'll help you lose contact with friends and family fast. Janice, it's time to invent the new
The Tight End Zone is next. Brought to you by Lager Beer and Redwood Cigarettes. A game just isn't a game if you're not drunk in coffee.
You did! Just shit my pants. You're now in the Tight End Zone. If someone's playing with a ball or two, we're there to talk about it. I'm your host, Derek. Today on the big show, clearing out more how...
Get to a 10-step program,
That's
Lance.
12 steps.
Yeah, you only deserve 10. I'm also Dr. Phillips, and I'm conservative. Today on the show, is it okay to talk to people we were at war with once?
And the skyrocketing price of buying off a politician.
And we talk to people without health care who are genuinely happy not to be burdened with it. It's political debate and discussion from the right and the wrong side of the tracks.
Let's go to the phones before right-wing anger engulfs my wife. Who's on the line?
Hi, I have an eating disorder, so I moved to the West Coast.
Oh, that's so sad. Maybe we need a support group. with some caring friends.
Yeah, maybe you should keep your finger out of your throat and eat a donut. 99% of the world wake up each day and eat dirt, and Queen Puke-a-Lot here can't keep a meal down? Boo-hoo! What do you expect?
I can't believe
Sympathy?
this shit.
This is Los Santos. People would give their right arm and left leg to live here. It's paradise, but you have to suffer to belong. You can't take the heat. Get out of the nuclear reactor. Next caller.
Yeah, I agree with that caller about the nuclear plant next to the projects. You know, nature has a way of taking care of poor people. Tornadoes don't like poor people.
Right, like I don't do laundry. I'm liberated, independent, and I have 3 maids, all of them on less than minimum wage. I mean, poor people are so happy to work for me.
Do you have a question?
Sort of. Hey, you know, I got the same name as you.
What's your problem? Oh, well, it's a family name.
No, Mary. I was called Bruce by my parents, but I prefer Mary. It's much more...
Yeah, feminine.
No, biblical. Which, like, okay, I'm an atheist, but I love the Bible. I have 100 that I took from hotel rooms.
What's your question?
Well, as a mother and a fireman, I was wondering what you guys thought about diversity in America.
It makes me very nervous.
Well, you see, I'm heavily into diversity. I'm like a man with a womb, lactating.
Yes, I think you're a little confused.
No, you're the one that's confused. I'm the one who eats Alaskan salmon and children from Alabama. I speak English, I eat German food, I practice French adultery, and I weigh as much as Vatican City. I'm an American.
Okay, you're a nut. Get off our show. Mary,
Fuck ass bitch.
I am the producer.
I already slept with him.
Sorry.
Brian's on the line. Hello, Brian.
Hi, my name's Brian. I work at Caligula Casino in Las Venturas.
Excellent. You take stupid people's money. I love it. Very capitalist. Hey, Brian, what's your concern?
I did for a low 80s, but the 90s are proving to be a real drag. The music is terrible. The recession is kicking my ass. Everyone I know is giving up recreational drug use, and the president is doing my head in.
The 80s were really a materialist...
I'm really losing my shit
I know,
now.
I'm a shallow person. Around me. Look, we need a movie star to be president. It works. They're the best liars.
Do I get a move? You get two.
No, so do all politicians. Next call.
Yeah, I was at a people station.
Yes, that is a shame, but